All right, hotties, welcome back to another episode of Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. We, for the first time, have not one, two, or three. Oh, wait, no, that makes sense. We have three guests today because the beautiful Ariel Carr is pregnant with twins and they are making their very first podcast debut. And I could not be more excited. Welcome, Ariel.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having the twins. We in the building. We're excited.
It's a family affair. I'm going to try not to cuss in front of the babies. Okay. I can't make no guarantees, but I'm going to try. I'm so thrilled to have you. I'm so thrilled that you're making time while you're super, super busy because, you know, I love to talk about Instagram. Instagram is my boo. And although I'm an Instagram expert, there are definitely some people that know even more than me, and I would consider you one of them. Okay. So I wanted to give the people the raw and uncut gems on Instagram. And when I thought of who I was going to have, I was like, wait, who do I know that made $500,000 in 12 months on Instagram? And obviously it was you. So for the people who don't know you, Ariel, give them a little bit of backstory before we jump directly into this Instagram money.
Yeah. So my journey started back in 2020. I was working and I decided.
You make it sound so long ago.
I mean, it was like, I guess 2 years. It's not that long ago, but like 2 years ago, I was working and I was like, okay, I want to have multiple streams of income. Like I was getting hip to personal finance. I was reading all these books and I was like, like I have to have another stream of income outside my 9 to 5. And so I actually did go to school for entrepreneurship. So I always knew like, this is what I want to do. And so I released an ebook on Instagram growth and it was a $20 ebook. I started an Instagram page from scratch and I started selling it. And that ebook, like that one product is what got me to my first 6 figures in 3 months time. And from there, everything just kind of like changed in my life, you know,
snowball.
Yeah. Like I quit my job. I moved, you know, and I pretty much just started honing in on teaching other people how they can monetize Instagram the same way I did.
In 3 months, you made your first 6 figures.
Yep.
On a $20 offer.
Yeah.
So what I want to harp on there is volume. Like your volume had to be insane. Like and I know you have high ticket offers too, but I'm high ticket. So I don't even think about volume offers at all. It's just not, you know, what I do in my business. So right now I'm kind of having a mind blowing experience that you were able to make that much money at $20 a pop. Yep. Was there like a reason that you went for volume? Was it a strategy or were you just DIYing it and figuring it out as you went along?
No, it was pretty much a happy accident. So I didn't have any particular strategy besides like, I'm going to put this ebook out and honestly, it would be great if it covers some groceries or if it covered like a date night. And to my surprise, it was
you quit your job
the first month. And I was like, oh shoot, like I'm aiming too low. And I didn't have a plan to like work by volume. I just had a price point. And, you know, it was very affordable for people. It was at the time, you know, a strategy I was using was making my account growing rapidly. So I was reaching new people every single day that needed this. And I also think the timing of the pandemic had, you know, a role in my success because so many people were like, I need a side hustle too. I need to learn how to grow my brand too. And so it was an opportune time.
I love that. All right, Get Rich Crew. What you're taking away from this is opportunity. When there's something going on and there's a reason to get in the game, like, or even before I say that, there's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect time to launch a business. You will always feel like you could know more, or you can make more money, or you can go back and get a certificate in some other random thing. There is no perfect time. The only perfect time was yesterday, and the second perfect time is today. So hop on. Ariel did, and it changed her life from a $20 ebook. Okay, before we get too deep in the game, I don't don't even know if this is appropriate to ask a pregnant person what their get drunk cocktail of the week is, but what are you going to have after the twins are here, after the breastfeeding is done, when it's time? What are you going to have to celebrate bringing those cute kids in the world?
So I've been having mocktails recently because obviously, like, that's all I can have. I've been having me some mocktails.
The ghetto.
My go-to is a virgin mojito. So, like, every time I feel like, oh, I want to be, fancy, whatever, I ask for a virgin mojito. So after twins are born, I'm gonna get me a real mojito.
Praise God. Put some extra rum in that thing and a floater because you have earned it. Actually, we need another yacht day. When this is all said and done, the kids are out, we need to hop on a boat on a Tuesday and really turn it up. Guys, I will leave you a bomb mojito recipe in the show notes. Don't even trip. And now let's get back into the backstory. So you were you were in the music industry and you were in real estate. How did those two things get you to Instagram expert? Like, I'm confused. Walk me through it.
Yeah. So actually, this is exactly why I wanted to launch a YouTube, because I'm like, you know what? Like, my path was like this. Like, everyone thinks your path is to be like that. My path was like not all over the place, but everything, like every industry I got into, every field I got into helped with my success today. And so from the music industry, I was managing my artist accounts. I was managing 3 artists. I was in charge of their day-to-day, their music videos, their bookings, and their social media was one of my roles. And so I was in charge of growing their accounts, establishing their brand, getting people to listen to their music. And so I had to learn digital marketing. I had to learn the Instagram algorithm. I had to learn what quality images were, what content people like to see. And so from that, when I applied it to myself, everything just like took off. And my page originally was for real estate. I started it because, again, I was like, I really want multiple streams of income. So I got my real estate license, released the ebook too around the same time. And that's when I was really focused on teaching people personal finance, like everything I was learning, real estate tips, entrepreneurship advice. And so everything contributed to where I am today.
I think that is really key of using the skills that you were being paid for in your job and then pivoting them into your own entrepreneurial journey. Like so many people work 9 to 5s. And when it's time to talk entrepreneurship, they literally come to me and say, well, I can't do anything, or I don't know anything, or I don't have a skill. The fact that you have a job that you go to for 40 hours a week that someone pays you to do means you have a skill set. Like make a list of every single thing that they pay you to do at work. Everything that, even the things that sound mundane. And you will be shocked to find all the things that you actually are a skilled worker at. And I think that's a really great place to start. And that's why your business of teaching social media took off so well, because you used working for those artists to like catapult what you knew and your skill set.
Yes. And it wasn't until I applied the strategies to myself did everything like start to work. When I was doing it for my artists, I was working with like $100 here or there every week in terms of like what I was getting paid, because I was getting 20% of what my artists were making. So I wasn't making anything because we're all independent.
Wait, hold on. Pause. Because not everybody's watching us. Some of y'all are listening. Baby, I am clutching my pearls. You was making what they were paying you in Rice Krispie treats?
No, they were paying me what they could even pay me. It was from streaming. Like artists get paid from booking or they get paid from streams. And I don't know if y'all know this, but it's literally less than a cent per listen. Less than a cent per listen. And so you're independent.
And you were getting 10% of the less than the 1 cent.
Yes, I was.
That math ain't mathing. Hold on, carry the 2. That ain't gonna, how we gonna feed the twins? No wonder you quit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had to. I was doing it for 3-4 years and I had to make a decision.
Y'all better watch that music industry. Everybody want to be in the music industry and y'all gonna be starving to death.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be starving. Even if you get signed, you're probably still gonna be starving. You know why? Because first of all, it's a loan, so it's not really your money. Second of all that
Right.
money is supposed to go towards your career. It's supposed to be an investment. So you're supposed to pay for your recording time, your team, like your music video. You're supposed to be paying for all of that with what they give you.
Wardrobe, all kind of stuff.
Wardrobe. So you don't make real money for a while. For a while.
Ooh,
Even
no,
if you
I
break.
am glad you got out. I'm glad you got out. I'm
It's
glad
hard.
you saw the other side. And digital products are just so good because you make all the money. Like, we're not,
Yeah.
it's great.
Profit margins were stupid. It was stupid.
Through
Like,
the roof. OMG. Yeah. All right. I think that was a good tip for you guys to take away. Take those opportunities that you're getting paid for, put them into your own businesses, and stay out of real estate. And stay out of the music industry. It ain't hitting the way y'all think it is. But that's a whole different episode, child. Don't get me down the real estate rabbit hole. It ain't giving what they said it was supposed to give. Okay.
Yeah.
So you launched the ebook. How did you grow so quickly? Like, what were the strategies and techniques that you implemented to take your Instagram from 0 to now you're at like 170,000? And you're like me, right? You don't run ads either.
I tried
you don't
it for
run
a
ads,
while.
so you organically built. Okay.
Yeah, I organically built. I tried ads like after the fact, like just to see. But I haven't been able to be that successful with it. So it's pretty much all been organic this whole time. But the reason I grew so rapidly was, it came down to the content. And the content I was doing in 2020 is different from today's. So if I'm going to talk about the content I started out with, it was, I stuck to my content pillars. So I definitely had a theme to my page. I always talked about the same subjects. I was very valuable to people. People learn things from my page. The only difference was that then I was doing a lot more graphics, a lot more still images because reels weren't introduced
Weren't we all? Weren't we all? That was before reels in the good old days, before I had to do my makeup every goddamn day to do Instagram.
No, I kind of miss it. I pretty much now you have to be a video creator. Like you have to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's why it was so successful, because the graphics, they were like infographics. So people were learning things from it. And then eventually, like, it started getting played out. You got to change your content. Like, people started getting tired of it. And that's when you got to pivot. That's when you got to do the new thing. You got to find what the algorithm favors. And yeah.
Heard. And then just being consistent. I know that I noticed that about you is that I post all the time. Like I'm very serious about posting, and you would definitely be a person. Every time I open my feed, I would see you in stories, and I would see you teaching a lot. And I think that that's what people miss on Instagram is like, everybody wants to they want to receive money. They want to receive followers, but they don't want to give. People like Ariel, I've always noticed, have led with value. They lead with giving you something first for free and putting you up on game for free before they even ask you for an offer. And that gets people to trust you. That gets people to see you as an expert. Would you say that that's been super helpful for you?
Oh yeah, that was part of the package. Like if I didn't show up every day, there was no way I would have grown the way I did. And I mean, I showed up every single day. Like I posted once a day for probably a year, and I didn't let up for a whole year.
And was in stories every day.
Stories every day. So like now I'm slowing down. Like once I got like married, and then I had my honeymoon, and now I'm pregnant. So like I'm not posting every day all the time. I'm probably still posting at least 6 times a week, but I might skip a day just to like chill or like whatever. Like maybe I'm working on my business in the background, but I'm still very consistent. I still am very intentional about showing up because that's important.
It's part of the job. Like everybody wants to make the money we make. They want passive income, blah, 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 blah. But when I tell them I post every single day, multiple times a day, and I'm filming reels and I'm going live and I'm doing all the things, y'all don't believe me. And then I think this is crazy, and I would love your opinion on this. People, our generation, they complain about having to grow their business on social media or utilizing social media. And it is my opinion, imagine if y'all had to grow a business without social media. Imagine if social media didn't exist and it was just a money game of who could buy ads on TV and who could buy billboards and who could go door to door and knock on people's doors. What are your thoughts on the complaining about having to use social media?
It is literally as easy as it has ever been in history. Right now,
drop the mic.
To make money, because you're right. This is a completely free platform. All you have to do is put in your time and effort. Like that's it. Whereas in the past, you're right. Like it was a money game. Like you had to pay for ads. You had to pay for exposure. Like you had to, otherwise you would not see people. Or you did have to go door to door and be a salesman. Like, which I think is more time than just me being on my phone creating a graphic for the day or like a story for the day, documenting
sitting by the pool,
life.
living your best life here.
Right. Like I think it is, we have everything at our fingertips right now. The internet is a powerful source, whether you want to make money through social media, through NFTs, through whatever, like we have all the resources we need right here. So I don't get the complaints. It's right there.
Period. Same. You see why I wanted Ariel on the show. She's just like me. We are a team. No excuses. It can be done. None of us are smarter than y'all. None of us are cooler than y'all. We just decided we were going to do the thing. And then we got really consistent about it. And it paid off. Okay. So I want to talk Reels. Reels. For me, Reels were like, it was like pulling teeth at first. I just absolutely positively did not want to do Reels because I don't like being on camera. I don't want to be in front of people. It's just not my love language. I just want to be rich and private. I don't want people to know. But then Instagram came, Moseri and them came flat out and said Instagram is a video platform. So you can post all the carousels all day, but it's not giving what it's supposed to have given. What have you found with Reels? Are there any tips you can give us? Because your Reels go crazy. I see them everywhere. What should we be doing with Reels? And then I want to talk about TikTok too.
Honestly, I'm about to switch my strategy up in general. And a lot of people have been
about to get the juice. Okay, I'm ready.
A lot of people have been following this trend. Well, I want to say I'm switching up my strategy completely, but I'm going to be trying something new.
Hit me.
So in the past, or, you know, what I'm going to continue to do too, is that Reels were like a way I would hop on a trend. And so I would do what was trending. I would use some trending audio, like do a little voiceover, be funny, whatever, be relatable, or like some trending transition. I would always make sure I had an attention grabbing headline in that frame, like the first frame. Also in the cover photo, those are some tips to like make sure people are engaged, because you have to capture their attention in like less than 3 seconds. To begin with. So you need to come out and be like, this is what this reel's about. Like you need some text, right? Give them that. Use the trending audio still. And so that's what I was doing. I was pretty much just hopping on trends. Now I want to do a lot more original content. I want to do a lot more original
audio too?
Yes. And so the way I'm going to do it, like, I'm not going to be that person that is like on the entertainment side. I want to be on the education side. I want to be on the teaching side. And I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs pivot this way. So they'll record like, I don't know, like a live, but it'll be on their phone, like to themselves. It'll be like a 45-minute video segment, all these different lessons, all these different things. They'll have an editor chop it up into 1 to 2 minute reels, put their closed captioning on it, and
keep it pushing.
Yeah,
I agree.
But people like the original content. People like hearing your voice. And Instagram just made the announcement like 4 days ago that they're going to rank originality higher than anything else. Yep. So
I think that is major. I agree with you 100%. One of my, in my mind, business mentors, Hormozy, that's all he does. He's literally just sitting in front of the camera. He talks for an hour, and then somebody is chopping that up into reels, and they go so hard. And I think what's really valuable about that for people like you and I, we can talk about this stuff all day. Day long.
All day.
Easily. So it really would be really easy to knock out 20, 30, 40 reels in an hour long conversation. I think that's a major key. I want y'all to hold on to that because Ariel just dropped a gem. Are you using TikTok? What has your experience been on TikTok for business?
So I haven't been as intentional with TikTok. Not going to lie. I probably should be. I've only just ever reposted my reels. So I haven't really done original content on TikTok. And that's honestly because I do not know how to make a TikTok. Like, I don't know why. I really know how to make reels. Like,
are we the same person? Are we the same person? Because same.
I don't know how to. So I'm gonna have to YouTube like literally how to make a TikTok because I don't know.
I hired somebody to teach me how to do TikTok. Literally hired a TikTok strategist because let me give you a tip. Let me give y'all a tip. Get rich quick.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing. I was reposting my reels on TikTok and it was not working. It wasn't getting me anywhere. This is the most important thing that you need to know about TikTok. TikTok is Instagram stories. TikTok is not reels. I thought TikTok was reels. So that's why I was failing. It is not the same. On TikTok, it is very much walking my dog while giving y'all the game. Sitting at the dentist's office, just waiting to do XYZ while giving y'all the game versus on reels, I'm giving you ring light, background, the words pop up when I say the thing. It's more staged. The hair and makeup is glam. On reels, it is very raw. So like stories, the exact way we would show up on stories, just chilling by the pool and something popped into my brain. And once I changed into that strategy, and this was not my own, this literally is a person I hired. Once I changed into that strategy, my TikToks have been growing 10x of any reel that I ever did and moved to TikTok. And it has helped me so much.
Interesting. You're probably right. Because I've heard people say like, TikTok, you got to post 3-5 times a day. And I'm like, how the hell?
But because it's stories, because it's stories. Yeah, it's impossible. I could never post 3 and 5 reels a day. But stories, you look up and you've done 10 stories, just casually talking about nothing. So if you think about it like stories, your TikTok will go platinum. And just a note to the Get Rich crew, hire people, hire experts. Stop wasting all this time and reading 47 blogs about it and trying to duct tape stuff together. The point of making money is to make your life easier. So if you have the money to do the thing, hire someone who specializes in the thing that you want to learn how to do. Like Ariel and I sell offers because we're experts. So if it will cut your time in half, it's worth the investment. Wouldn't you say?
I would say so, because I always preach about how time is the only thing you cannot get back. Time is our most valuable asset here, and people be playing with it. People think they have as much of it as they
lies
as it's infinite, and it's not true. Like, you have to work in the now. You have to work with your resources that you currently have. So many people like, I won't start until I have this aligned. I won't do this until whatever they have going on. But it's like, just start today. Invest today, hire that coach now, because you are putting off time and you're going to be in the same place 6 months from now. And who wants that?
Tell the truth and shame the devil. That is so, so, so true. And then like my biggest regret in business is that I didn't invest in myself sooner. I should have hired these people 2 years ago. Like, I don't know why I waited all this time. And once you get to the other side, you will regret that you did not dive in sooner. Agreed. I want to talk about something else that I found super interesting. I think you told me this when we went live together. Okay. So you told me that you lost like 10,000 followers when you announced that you were pregnant.
Yeah.
Tell me the story.
So, okay. Not only did I lose followers when I'm pregnant, but I lost followers when I got married and on my honeymoon.
All of the above. Anytime that you were just happy, living your best life, you lost followers.
Yeah, pretty much. Like anything to deal with my personal life, I lost followers. And I was trying to figure out like why that is. I've gotten different theories from different people. I'm like, either like they don't want to see my happiness and like whatever, bye, bump them. or
Right.
maybe they're like slightly triggered by something. Like someone was saying, like they don't follow people that are pregnant or having babies because they can't do that.
Oh.
And so like,
Okay, I
they
hadn't
don't
thought
want to
about
see
that
it on their
angle.
timeline. And I'm like,
But not to the
okay.
point where it's 10,000 people.
But
That is a lot.
yeah. And so now I'm thinking it might be that I lost a lot of male followers. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now see, that is an angle that I hadn't thought of because they realize like she off the market. It's a wrap for me. I'm never
right. Like
you didn't have a chance to begin with, sir. You didn't have a chance to begin with, young man. But
love the fantasy though. You know how many people are like, dang, like Rihanna's gone for good. Like you never had the chance with Rihanna.
To begin with, why are we playing this game? You hit it on the head. It's the fantasy that maybe one day if, okay, gotcha. Okay.
I think
so
that's
how
where
did
it came from.
Did you pivot? Did you stress? Did you just let it go? Did you go on a mission and get the followers back? Like, how did you move after that?
I really didn't do too much retaliation. I just kept it pushing. But I am about to ramp up my growth strategy. So like this whole year, I didn't focus on growth at all. I was just like, I want to nurture my current audience. I want to like, get them understand my offers, get them to understand why monetizing is important. And now I'm like, you know what? Like I really do need to diversify my audience more. I need to diversify my content more. And I need to reach new people. Like, especially because I went from low ticket to high ticket. I realized that I built an audience of low ticket people.
Yep, it's not the same people.
It's not my ideal client anymore. So I have to target new people. And that's why I'm like, okay, I'm going to start getting on new platforms as well. I'm not just going to be on Instagram. I'm still going to be the Instagram expert. That's going to be my number one thing. But I need to have more traffic sources.
Diversify.
I need to find these people where they're at. So that's going to be my new strategy soon.
I think that's super smart. We're in the same boat. Like I just started a YouTube channel. I just got busy on TikTok because my very first offer, y'all, Get Rich Crew. This was before y'all really knew me. My very, very, very first offer was $35. And now my offer is $2,000. So it's like I had to literally learn that lesson of like, oh, I've got all these people, but they don't want to buy this other thing. Not understanding that is a completely different audience that's in a space to spend this amount of money, that's ready to devote this amount of time. So I think that's really smart, dipping into other platforms. And I think what's also key about the way you're doing it is Ariel launched her audience or catapulted her audience to 170,000. So now when she goes to launch the TikTok and get serious about TikTok, she can tell her Instagram audience about it and boom, TikTok is going to be lit versus you guys trying to launch on Snapchat and Clubhouse and TikTok and YouTube at the same time. And it just doesn't work. Not when you're taking this serious as a business. It's too much work that we really put into these platforms to be doing 10 things at one time. Like, have you ever felt victim to that of trying to do entirely too many things?
Thinking about it, yeah. Like thinking of like, oh, I gotta be here, I gotta be there, I gotta do that. I never actually tried to be everywhere at once. So it was just like thinking about it was overwhelming, so I never did it.
Right. Okay.
Like I just never
thinking about it stage.
But I did try to make a Facebook group and I was just like, yo, Facebook is really not for me. Like, I don't even have a
Facebook page.
Right. And so many people
Facebook is
are
not my love language.
It's not. I don't even use it personally. And I was like, okay, let me try to use it for business. And I was like, oh, nah, like, I really don't know this culture. I really don't know. Yeah. And so my Facebook group had like zero engagement. And I'm like, that has to be on me because like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't enjoy the platform. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard. And Facebook is it's not my jam. Okay, so I really want to learn this next thing from you because I think this is so cool. As you got pregnant, you started to make moves to prepare to be away from your business. Like you strategize on how to continue to make money without having to show up every single day. And I think what is really key about that is we sell digital products. So technically, your students can access information whenever they want. It's a lot of passive income, but the social aspect is really active. So can you tell me like some of the steps that you've been taking to prepare yourself to be away? Like what should we be doing when we know that we can't be as active on social media?
Yeah, so I've been really getting into who my team is. And so I expanded my team a lot.
Okay.
Before, it was just me, a virtual assistant, but now I have an online business manager. I have a copy and graphics person in one role. And then I had a project-based technical virtual assistant. So different from like the admin virtual assistant. And so I was, including myself, it was a team of 5. I
Love that.
wanted to get all my systems in place. So my tech VA set up new course pages, new sales pages, new funnels, optimized my website more. Like she did a lot of that. My online business manager is like, she basically is running my company right now. She's so great.
Are we the same person? My OBM, shout out to JC. She is the love of my life. Like, please. I can't live without her.
So she manages everyone so I can breathe, which is nice. And then my VA is answering DMs, like doing course, customer disputes,
service,
like all of that customer service stuff. And so now that I have a team, I'm like, cool, like I have a system, like these people know their roles, they're well trained now. I can now step away. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to batch my content. So we plan to batch my emails, and we have written out 3 months worth of emails for my email list. So that's great. That's now massive. I have to batch content, which is why I'm trying to change my strategy to original content. If I could pick one sitting and just chop it up into 30 reels, that's what I'm going to do.
Good for the month.
I'm going to get on that. Yeah.
I love that. I think that is really smart. I think the takeaways there are, number one, create some passive income for yourself, people. I mean, I know I'd be talking about this all day and all night till the cows come home, but it's because I have been there. Y'all know I bartended forever. I made a ton of money, but it was active income. I had to literally be clocked in and behind the bar to make that money. And there's a ceiling over your life. And I don't know if y'all check gas prices lately, but it's not given the way it used to give. You have to implement a stream of passive income in your life, whether that's social media, digital products, drop shipping. I don't care what you do. Just do it. Get rich crew. And then the next takeaway is systems, automations, things that work without Ariel having to show up, things that trigger and emails that go off and pop-ups and sales pages. Like none of this stuff, you don't have to go to Harvard to understand. Like God knows I didn't. I wasn't great at it, but I put it together the best I could with what I knew and YouTube University. And I learned a lot. And then when you make money, you hire a tech strategist to make it all sexy and work for your business. And third is to outsource and delegate tasks. Like Ariel cannot do everything by herself and run a 7-figure business, period, let alone be pregnant with twins and do everything by herself. Like there's no point in y'all making the money, but you so tied to it that you don't want to spend, 1% of it to hire somebody to help you make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, don't be afraid to outsource. Don't be afraid to get more than one team member. And I really want to talk about your OBM versus VA. So for me, I tried a VA for about 5 minutes. It was a no for me. And it was a no for me because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Right. I'm just making shit up as I go along. Like I'm new in entrepreneurship. I'm in this coaching business and this online business. I'm very new to it. And I'm successful just based on blood, sweat, and tears. I didn't go to college for this. I've never worked a corporate job in my life. Like ever. So it didn't make sense for me to hire a VA who I then had to teach them, how I want things done. It made way more sense for me to hire an online business manager who specializes in Slack and Asana and project management and ClickFunnels and all the things that make sense. So just my tip for you guys, Get Rich Crew, I know having a VA is like the cool thing to do. That's what everybody talks about. That might not be your love language. Like it just was not mine. Me having someone smarter than me in all the things that I'm not good at is what is taking my business to the absolute next level. And I don't think people are talking about that enough.
Yeah, yeah. It was a night and day thing once I onboarded the OBM. Like her skill set was incredible. Like she knew more than I did. Like you said, like she knew how to create SOPs. She knew how to do project management, like to a T. Like she has a PMP certification.
And that's what they love. Not only does she know how to do it, she probably enjoys organizing stuff like that. We're the creatives. That's not our thing.
She takes so much initiative, and I'm like, I love that. Like, I really need that for my people. A lot of my VAs didn't necessarily have initiative. They would just get tasks, they would do the task,
and they complete the task.
Yep. But I wanted someone that was like, hey, have you thought about doing this a better way? Or, hey, I've done this for somebody else. Like, I think it'll really work for your business. Like, I wanted that proactiveness, and not everyone has that.
Yes, major key. You heard it from the both of us. Massive tip. Find yourself an online business manager who specializes in things that you don't specialize in, and pay them whatever they ask for, because these people will change your life. I cannot live without mine. Like, if I could just move her to Miami, I would. Because
okay, where's yours based?
Girl, in the Philippines.
Philippines. Mine's from London.
See, so we're 12 hours away, but when I'm asleep, she's killing it, and vice versa. So it really does work out. Cool. Shout out to the OBMs. We love you. We love you. We love you. Okay. Now I want to talk about the money. How can people learn the Ariel system? How can they dive into your brain and learn how to implement the things? I know you got a blueprint dropping for Instagram. Tell me everything.
Yeah, so I decided to come out with a brand new course because so many people were struggling with finding their niche in 2022. And a lot of people were like, I want to monetize, but I don't have a product. And also, I don't know how to write captions. And also, how do I close sales through DMs? So I was like, all right, bet. Like, I'm going to have the blueprint. It's 2 courses in one. And I have the one course is called Engagement to Payment. And that goes over, defining your niche, how to do so, how to find a profitable target audience, because you don't want to just have any target audience. You want to make sure it makes you money. And so all of that is in that portion of the course. And then I have a DMs and captions masterclass. So the scripts that I use to convert multi 6 figures through my DMs, the formula I use to write my captions and get people to even come to my DMs ready to buy or to engage with me or to save my posts, whatever, there's a formula to it. And so I shared that inside the Instagram sales blueprint bundle. You'll learn everything about niching down, starting monetization, DMs, captions, all the things you need to really get started and set yourself up for success.
I love it. And I think the most exciting puzzle piece of that is captions. People just don't understand that captions are where the bag is. I don't care how cute your picture is or how cool your reel is. If you want to actually make money on social media, caption writing is major. I wish I would have learned it sooner. And it doesn't, once you learn it, it's a skill that you have forever, and it will help you no matter what platform you're on. So if you are investing in the Instagram sales blueprint, I think you absolutely, I know it's gems all throughout, but that caption writing alone, that is going to change some people's lives. They be worried about every ring light. They want the reel to be perfect. They need a fire outfit. And then you go to the caption and
you didn't convert. You lost the bag because you didn't know how to write a compelling message. So it's very important. It's very vital, actually, to boosting engagement and boosting conversions. And you're right. That's something a lot of people overlook. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They're just like, oh, like Happy Friday on a reel or whatever. And it's like, girl,
not Happy Friday, deceased.
That's not
how
enough.
We gonna make some money?
How you gonna make money? Where are they gonna go to get your stuff? Who are you? What are you talking about? Like, you got to cover all of that. You got to warm people up. You really got to hold their hand through the process. You can't just be like, Happy Friday, click the link in my bio.
Dead. It's crazy because it's true.
Enough.
That's exactly what they say. And this is the reason, guys, why some of your faves have 10, 20 times the amount of followers that Ariel and I do, but we make way more money than them. Respectfully, we make way more money than them because our Instagrams and our social media platforms are set up to monetize. It's not set up to be cute. It's not set up to be BFF. It's not set up for me to be on the shade room. I don't care about none of that. I do not care about follower count at all because when I go to Chase, they don't ask me how many followers I have. Okay. They ask me how much money I am making. So I think that anybody that wants to launch, grow, and 10x a social media account to make money needs to tap in. If you just want to be cute, I can't help you. I don't know who has that course, but if you want to come over here and make 5 figures a month and you really want to catapult and quit your job and have this second stream of income, I think this Instagram sales blueprint is something to tap into. And of course, I will link it in the show notes. Don't I always? I've never let you down. Not going to let you down today. All right, Hottie, I think it's a perfect time for the get rich tip of the week. You have put us on so much game, but give me one more. What should we be doing with our finances? If we were 7-figure entrepreneurs, what should we be doing with our money?
So this may have been mentioned previously.
That's okay.
But I have
to drill things in, honey. I like to remind them. So go ahead.
Yes. There's this small tweak that I've learned to this rule. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. Have y'all talked about it? Have you? Yeah. Okay.
I follow it in my personal life.
Yeah. So I tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
So 50% is supposed to go to your needs. So that's your rent, your groceries, what you need to live, your essentials. 30% is supposed to go towards wants. So like if you want to get a new purse, like, okay. If you want to go have a movie night with Bae, okay. Like that's what it's supposed to go to. And then 20% was supposed to be saved. I divvy that up. So I actually take 10% to savings, 10% to investing. Because the 50-30-20 rule doesn't really talk about that. And I'm like, well, you got to invest and you also have to have an emergency fund. So you need both. So I just split it up in two. I make sure that 10% of all the money I make and my income goes straight to my stock account.
Period.
And the other 10% savings. Yeah.
I love it. And what I love about 50-30-20 is that, or even 50-30-10-10 is that it's just easy. I'm great at making money. I suck at like saving it. So something as easy as 50-30-20, I can even stick to. So if I can stick to it, everybody can stick to it. Get Rich Crew, y'all already know we don't save money. That's against our religion. We stack up our emergency fund and we move on because these banks are robbing y'all blind. Inflation is robbing you blind. The only thing that you can do is invest that money every single go round. Once that fund is stacked up, or the house fund, or whatever the thing is, now we need to pour every single penny into investing because that is how we are going to get rich and stay rich for a lifetime instead of the ups and downs and shenanigans because we're too cool for that. We know better. Perfect.
You have to really get on the wave.
Yep, because time is not your friend. Like, time is flying past. And if you want the eighth wonder of the world, you got to tap in. And that is time when you invest. Warren Buffett taught us that we know the vibes. Like, come on, y'all, get rich crew. You know what it is. I think the perfect place to end this is with the get rich read of the week. What should we be reading? What book like changed your life or changed your business? Give us something for the week.
So it's a lengthy title, so I'm gonna bring it up on my phone real quick.
Okay, read it, child. That's cool.
It's called. All right, this is it.
Okay.
Yes, 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive by Robert Cialdini. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right. He's Italian. So, 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive. Basically, this book is a marketing book, but not in a traditional sense. So it has all these random studies that you think are unrelated to business or to marketing. And then he tells you how this can apply to your marketing strategy. And so I've taken these little, like, they're hacks, like they're psychology hacks, they're mindset hacks to get the customer like ready to buy in the most like obscure ways that you don't really know about. So That's the book. I read that recently. Applied it to my email marketing. I'm applying it to my copywriting. It's great.
Ooh, I love it. I love a hack. And it sounds like some really good storytelling. So that is going to be
Yeah.
super helpful for us. And persuasion is the name of the game. Like, you don't want to beat anybody over the head to buy anything from you. They should be ready to buy. They should be asking you
They
for the link
should.
because you've already done the work. Like, that's what your social, especially on social media, that's what your content is doing. It's persuading them to buy. They should already know to go to the link in bio because they already ready to pay. They know the
Correct.
vibes. Whew. I knew this was going to be good. Shout out to the twins for pushing through this episode. I appreciate y'all. You look so cute. I can't even take it. Guys, I will have the book, the cocktail, Ariel social, all of the Instagram sales blueprint per usual will be linked in the show notes. It was a pleasure to have you, honey bunny.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm so glad we finally did this.
I know it took us forever, but we knocked it down. I love it. All right, Get Rich crew. I will see you guys next week. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you've learned something amazing, let's continue the conversation. Follow me on Instagram at Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying and tell me what you took from today's show. Then tap in at GetRichOrGetDrunkTrying.com to get all the details and links from today's episode. I cannot wait to get rich with you next time. Until then, peace.